guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a book haul. I know, but look, lockdown has been getting me real cabin fevery. I think I'm going a little insane, but you know what came from this lockdown? A little bit of some book shopping, not gonna lie. So I guess without further ado, we'll get straight into what I've purchased in the last few weeks during lockdown. I will say some of these I got before lockdown. The Owlcrate box that I'll be unboxing, got it before lockdown. But yes, let's go for the first one on this list of books that I got. It is Before They Are Hanged by Joe Abercrombie. As you may or may not know, if you've been watching my videos, you should know I did read The Blade itself earlier on this year. Look, I enjoyed it, but it also kind of felt like a prequel book, a setup book. Nothing really exciting happened, but the characters were well fleshed out. That is like the biggest thing about this series in general. Like anyone in the fantasy community, everyone always says that the first Lord trilogy has the best, well fleshed out, developed, even though they're kind of morally grey characters, you still love them kind of thing. That kind of made me very interested in the series, even though I powered through the first book. Not gonna lie, it was a little bit slow, so I was kind of dragged along on the journey until the very end. That's when things went down and I was like, damn, it was crazy and I was hooked. Let me say, at the end of The Blade itself, I was actually really excited to continue, even though for the most part I was like, it's kind of average, even though I did like the characters. I think I might have started the series with a little bit of a bias because I knew it was such an overly hyped book. I don't think it lived up to the hype, at least the first book, but it got me intrigued to read the second book, so I ended up picking it up. I hope it's a lot more faster and there's more of a plot, because that's what I've heard. I've heard like the first one is there to kind of like flesh out our characters, get the reader kind of familiar with them, and then when we dive into the second and third book, that's when things go down. That's when there's the real plot element coming into play, and I heard that it gets real crazy. So I am so intrigued. I'm so intrigued. There we go. That is Before They Are Hanged. The next book that I have is Vengeful by V. Schwab. I've actually honestly had this for a while now, but I don't think I've ever hauled it. So here we are. Not gonna lie, I put this in this haul because I recently read Vicious, and I surprisingly really liked that book, when for the most part it had a relatively simple premise, like a simple story. When you really look at it, it's kind of like a revenge story. You're kind of gonna see a trend, but revenge stories, they get me. I'm hoping it's only a duology. Is there gonna be a third book? Because I don't think a third book's out. And Vengeful came out like years and years after Vicious. So there was real hype for Vicious and everyone loved that book. But this book, when it came out, it kind of got mixed reviews. So I'm a little bit skeptical going into it. It's a fun story. At the center of it, we've got two characters that are kind of at each other, and they're two very villainous characters, I should say. But after finishing Vicious, I know that I favor one villain over the other, and let's just leave it at that. So yes, I'm excited to dive into Vengeful because Vicious was like the first book this year that I actually read like super quickly. I read it in like, I don't know, like 2 days, maybe 3 days, but that is real quick for me. I'm telling ya, like I'm a really slow reader. If you couldn't tell already, I'm quite the slow reader. So to read a book in 3 days is really impressive for me. It probably helped because Vicious was a relatively short book, but also the chapters were really short. When chapters are really short in books, I'm not gonna lie, you fly through it more quickly because you get more encouraged. Well, is it just me? But I get more encouraged as I read a book and I'm like flying through the chapters. I'm like, yes, I feel accomplished. Anyway, that was me. So hopefully I get to Vengeful sometime in the following months ahead. Next two books that I have are surprisingly poetry books. I mean, I follow Dimmicks, which is kind of like an independent bookshop in Australia. I follow them on Instagram, and not gonna lie, they had like a poetry month and they kept pushing poetry books at me, and I'm pretty sure these two are like new releases, and I got suckered in. So we've got Whisper Songs by Tony Birch, and we've got I Said the Sea Was Folded by Eric Jensen, and this says love poems on it. Let's see if some love poems are gonna get me in the mood for love, even though there is no hope for me right now in lockdown. No one to see, no one to meet, but I have my books, my poetry. As you know already, well, maybe you don't know, but I struggle with poetry. Like, I have picked up a few poetry collections in the last few years, and all of them, most of the time, were kind of average. I feel like it's a fine line with poetry because you kind of like some poems, but then you don't like some poems, and it's kind of, if it's 50-50, like I love half of the poems and not like half of the poems, it's gonna be a very average reading experience for me. Lucky for me though, these books are extremely short, so I better like some of these. If not, I'm gonna be really sad and I'm gonna feel slightly scammed because Dimmix has been pushing these books at me, and not gonna lie, they had a promotion where if you buy like the winter reads, there was like a whole selection of books. If you bought 2 of the books, you get reading socks, which it's winter right now and I need my cold ass feet to be covered with something warm and snuggly. That tipped me over the edge to buy these 2 poetry books. But also the covers, aren't they so gorgeous? Like, they're eye-catching. Not gonna lie, I have been wearing these socks for the past day or 2, and okay, I'm not that flexible, but I'm gonna try. That was a little embarrassing. One thing's for sure, I need to stretch more. Don't tell me, I already know. But look at these socks, they're so cute. These warm snuggly socks was something I needed because it is so cold these days. It's so windy today, even though the sky is pretty nice. I was really concerned for my car last night because the wind was howling and we have trees along our driveway and there's some branches. Only last week was there like a huge branch that fell on our driveway. Not gonna lie, I was glad that my car was parked a little bit further up. If one of those branches falls on my car, I'm gonna be so upset. The next book that I have from my Dimmix order was The Other Side of Beautiful, and this is by Kim Locke. I've never heard of this book, but like I said, I've been seeing a lot of uploads from Dimmix on Instagram and they've been promoting this. Also, I wanted to get the free pin. I mean, look at this. It has like a sausage dog with like a colorful sunshine rainbow around it. Not gonna lie, it convinced me. It convinced me to pick this book up. This is also a book that I'm not usually drawn to. You know, I love fantasy, but this is more of a contemporary book. But it also feels like kind of like an inspirational book. It kind of feels like a story that's going to be more uplifting and hopeful. I mean, look at this cover. I'm not judging by the cover. I've read the synopsis before I bought it, but you know, it looks happy. It looks happy. It doesn't look like a sad book, even though I think the character is going through some crap. It is set in Australia because on the back it says that our main character does this road trip from Adelaide to Darwin, both cities in Australia. So look, I need to read more books set in Australia because I live here. I need to relate. I need to be able to picture these places. When I read books that are set in America, like I've never been to America, so the only kind of imagery that I can picture is what I see on media. I'm hoping that this is gonna be kind of like a uplifting kind of story with a bit of comedy, but also a bit more hard-hitting themes. It definitely feels like our main character, Mercy, is like rock bottom at the beginning of the book. From there, she kind of takes her journey. I'm here for it. Also, thank you for the pin, publishers. I'm here for the enamel pins and I'm here for a good book too. So we shall see how I feel about it. Okay, moving on to the final thing. I've got an Owlcrate. It is, oh, it's the May box. The theme was expect the unexpected. I always love Owlcrate's little illustration. They really have an amazing illustrator working on these, and I have been collecting these prints because they're actually really stunning. First thing I have is, oh my gosh, is this a tote bag? It's a tote bag. Oh my gosh, it's a tote bag with a zip. That is everything I need from a tote bag. This has been elevated. Let's make this longer. Okay, so now it can be one of these bags. It's kind of got this sort of velvety texture. What is this texture called again? I forget what this material is called. Anyway, it has a quote. It says, "May we meet again on distant shores." Oh my gosh, that quote is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it looks like this and I'm so happy. I can't believe it. Corduroy. corduroy. That is the material. Corduroy looking material. I'm ready to go out, even though we're in lockdown. But I will take this out with me once lockdown ends in like 2023. I don't want to even joke about that because it might be a potential. Okay. Anyway, so this quote is from, oh, the Illuminate files. I actually haven't read the Illuminate files. I do have the first 2 books. I heard the 3rd book is pretty crap, so I'm a little reluctant to start that series, but I was gifted the first book from a friend of mine, so I should really read it, and I do plan on reading it. It has a very interesting medium of storytelling because it's written in like not the usual format of a novel. It kind of has like mixed media throughout the book. It's weird. I'm not gonna lie, that format has made me a little bit scared to start it, but you know, I'll start it one of these days. Maybe in the next few months. I don't know. Maybe I might put it in. But the quote is beautiful. Ooh, we've got an out of print thing. This is from Rule of Wolves. I haven't even read King of Scars yet, but look, I'm making my way through the Grishaverse. Is this a scarf or is this a handkerchief? Okay, it looks like it's a handkerchief. But it's beautiful. Wow. It says, we're all monsters now. Yes, we are. Oh, this is very pretty. What is it? This is supposed to be a scarf, but wait, how am I supposed to be wearing this thing? Like this? Not gonna lie. Kind of looks stupid. Like, what kind of scarf is this? How am I gonna keep my neck? Actually, oh, my neck is kind of warm doing this, but look, this is not a scarf. This is like a handkerchief. This is too small, but I appreciate that it is from out of print. It's 100% cotton, and I feel like it'll be quite durable. Am I gonna use this as a scarf? I don't think so, because it's too small. Like, I can barely wrap it around my neck. As per usual, we have an enamel pin. You know how much I love enamel pins. So this is what it looks like. It says, logic ends where love begins. Wow, a love quote. Unrelatable. It has like the sunset, some crashing waves, and a moon. I wonder what book is in here today. And then we do have a little sticker. Most myths are just truths covered in cobwebs. And this is beautiful. It has a white wolf, the moon, some constellations, and the quote, so cute. The next thing I'm super excited is in this little paper bag. I can already feel that it's metal, potentially a bookmark. Oh my gosh, okay. Yes, it is a bookmark and it is metal. Like a dual-sided bookmark. I always love these. On one side it says, hope in the shadow of fear is the world's most powerful motivator. Hope in the shadow of fear. True. And then on the other side it has these lunar kind of cycles on the top and bottom, and it says neither myths nor mysteries can hold a candle to the most infinitesimal spark of hope. Did I even say that word correctly? What does that even mean? I had a peek at the book. But the next thing is in this little Owlcrate box, Grey London. Oh, this is a Victoria Schwab inspired. Oh, it's one of these. Okay, it's kind of like a little box, like a trinket box. Crowned captains, deadly pirate kings and queens. Is there pirates in A Darker Shade of Magic? This has opened my eyes to the series. Also, like you already know, I've read Vicious recently and loved. So I think if I finish Vengeful and I end up liking that duology, I might delve into A Darker Shade of Magic. For the longest time, I didn't go into that series because I've heard such mixed things about it. But look, I liked Vicious, so I'm gonna be tempted to read that series sometime in the near future. Anyway, inside the lid, the quote says, I'd rather die on an adventure than live standing still. Whoa, that is a quote, my friends. Oh my gosh, okay. So the book for the month of May is The Ones We're Meant to Find. This is by Joan He. This book just has the most stunning cover. Okay, I need to, give me a sec. Let me just open this. It has the most stunning cover. I think this is the author of The Descendant of Cranes, I think, which I did hear was supposed to be a series, but then the publishing company didn't renew the series. So it's kind of like an unfinished series. So I kind of feel bad for Joan He. But I remember when I saw this book for like upcoming releases, I saw the cover and I was like, this is so stunning. Here's like a close-up of the cover. Isn't that the most beautiful illustration style ever? Oh my gosh, whoever illustrated this, can you illustrate all the books? There's of course a little letter from the author with the little artwork. So pretty. Oh my gosh, the in pages are also very pretty. It's kind of like almost cartoon. Oh, look at the inside. Okay, some navy blue, some silvery foiling. Not gonna lie, I was actually gonna purchase this book, but it came in an Owlcrate, so I no longer need to do that. Oh my gosh, I think this is slightly a dystopian book, but it also sounds relatively dreamlike and surreal. It's set kind of in the far future, or is it the near future or the far future? I am assuming it's relatively a futuristic society, so it is on the spectrum of science fiction. Why did I think this was going to be a contemporary story? I am even more intrigued. I love science fiction. And then of course we have a little booklet, notes from the author, or like interview questions and other little bits and bobs in these booklets. I have this month's box. It came in the mail like the other day. Hang on a second, I'm gonna unbox both of the boxes today. Ta-da! I got it. Let me just open this. Yeah. Ooh, we've got the illustration here. Go Your Own Way, the June 2021 box. Again, has the little booklet. Are we just getting like loads of tote bags? It is a lunch bag. Okay, this is something that I actually need for work. Oh my gosh, it has insulation. This is perfect. Oh my gosh. Owlcrate is coming through with actual things you need in your day-to-day life. Ooh, reading through the seasons. What is this? Oh my god, this is so pretty. Oh my gosh, it's a little metal bottle. I assume stainless steel. I need to drink more water, but this is the perfect water bottle size for me because I don't drink a lot of water. You betcha I'll be taking water to work in this because I will feel more accomplished drinking out of a smaller bottle. This is actually really sturdy. And it also has a handle that's very sturdy, so I can just like hold it like this. It has a little quote that says, "Summer was a book of hope." Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Look at it again. This is so beautiful. What's in this black bag? First of all, I love keys. So like this key design. Is this from the Starless Sea? Because there's a bee on the Starless Sea, like bookcase and a key. So, oh, and a sword and a moon and stars. This is inspired by A Starless Sea, even though I have never read A Starless Sea. It's a bottle opener, the coolest bottle opener. Plastic. By feeling it, I have a feeling it might be a mirror. Am I right? Whoa, what is this? Okay, I was wrong about it being a pocket mirror, but it's like this little copper coin. What is this? This is beautiful. What is this inspired by? Fable Wayfinder coin. Oh, Fable duology. On one side it says smooth sailing and on the other says rough seas. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. It's actually not that hard to toss. Oh. Ah. Oh, rough seas. Oh my. I don't know what I tossed the coin for just then, but rough seas, that is not what I want right now. Okay. Owlcrate always comes out with an enamel pin. My loves. I love enamel pins. This one, it says you can be more than what the stars wish for. Oh, I like that quote. It looks like a crystal, like a red kind of crystal. This little feathery thing. 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. This is like a little preview of her newest book, and I recognize that illustration because it's on the cover of her new book. The next thing is this beautiful print. This is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, oh my god. I love getting like these beautiful illustrative art prints because I don't usually buy art prints for myself, but I also really appreciate artworks. The book of June is Sisters of the Snake. Oh, I have never heard of this. This is by Serena and Sasha Nanua. Those are the authors for this book. They look so young. Wow. If they are, I'm gonna be impressed. I don't think I've ever read a book that is written by 2 siblings before. Again, there's a letter from the author, which I will read later. Oh my gosh, it looks so stunning. Obviously a fantasy. And like I said, I like fantasies with different cultures. It's basically about an orphan and a princess, but they're like identical. And it seems like the kingdom is going through a war or something. And I'm assuming these two come together and it's gonna be intense. Long lost mythical objects, a thief and a royal. I don't definitely feel like every now and then Owlcrate does surprise me with some of the books that they send, because they're books that was way off my radar. Like, I've never seen or heard of this book before. Genuinely love everything that came in the May and June box. So yeah, I think this is quite a long video. I hope you guys enjoyed. These were all the books that I hauled recently during lockdown. I'm sorry, but you know, sometimes the craziness gets the best of me. So I need a tea break. Oh my gosh, my tea has gone cold. So yes, thank you for sticking around until now. If you are still with me until the end of this video, I hope you guys enjoyed my little bookish haul. Can't wait to read these books. Really excited to dive into some of these books. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are staying safe and happy reading. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Thank you.